Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Chakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham until the 144,000, as well as the rest of the 1/3. May peace and blessings be unto your household. And this is younger Jim Dallas Burrows class. With me, Gadal, as well with Warga Yasad. And basically gonna get into the David and Goliath story on how David was built up to be able to face Goliath, and how the Lord doing that exact same thing in each of our walks. All right, so we go ahead and start with that First Samuel.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, and verse 33. And Saul said to David, "Thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he is a man of war from his youth."
God, so David basically he was a young man at this time. All right, he was a very young man. Was for Goliath, he basically been through some stuff. All right, he's basically a man of war. All right, and to just give you some context clues of earlier in this chapter, if you're reading early in this chapter, it just basically gives you the whole rundown of how it all came about basically the Philistines coming against Israel. All right, when Saul basically was the king of Israel, and whatchamacallit, it was the dude name was Goliath, right? And basically he was the prior in this in the upper verses, basically the Goliath been talking basically trash to Israel this whole time, and right now we're in a point in 33 where basically David is coming up. All right, David's now coming up and he's finding out about Goliath, and he's basically challenge. He's basically about to get ready to challenge Goliath to a battle. All right, but we can keep going.
This is 1 Samuel 17 and verse 34. And David said unto Saul, "Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock."
Can I keep going?
Verse 35. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him.
Okay, you might get that in the NOT, but basically, David, he was a watcher of the sheep, all right. And in this point right here in verse 35, basically talking about how a lion tried to basically take one of the sheep, and David went to go rescue that sheep from that lion's mouth. But you go ahead and get an NOT, it's gonna sound better to me.
This is 1 Samuel 17 and 35 NLT. It says, "I go after it with a club and rescue the lamb from its mouth. If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and club it to death."
Okay, so basically, he went to go rescue his sheep from that lion's mouth, and as well as what he killed it. All right, so basically the Lord delivered David in that situation when it came to that lion. All right, even though lion, he's pretty sure it was a young lion, young ferocious lion. Ain't no normal Jacob really doing that. All right, just going out there to like for a sheep. He put his life on the line for the sheep. Remember that. All right, to be honest, none of us would really be able to do that now. Just put our lives on the line like that for a sheep. We'll let that sheep go. But he went to go rescue it, and he saved it out that lion's mouth as well as killed it. All right, that's not an easy task. But you keep going. Back in KJV.
Yep, this 1 Samuel 17 and verse 36. It reads, "Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and the uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them."
I got a precept real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead.
This is Psalm 77 and verse 11, because pretty much what David is doing right there, he's pretty much calling to mind the great wonders and deliverances that Yahweh shall have done for him. Which, this is pretty much an example of how we got to maneuver in the times we're coming into. Because we're finna come into like the brothers finna going to, we're finna fight Goliath, which we know, comparing that to Esau, we finna fight Esau, but we got to remember those things that Yahweh shall have done for us before we even got up to that point. Because the Lord had delivered each one of us brothers, first off, by giving us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the deliverance. Well, that's one, allowing us to be able to come back to the obedience of the scriptures and perhaps receive salvation and countless other things. Brothers might have missed the exit, but come to find out, it was a what is it called? Somebody got killed on that exit. You know what I'm saying? That day, it was a badass wreck, or any other thing. Bottom line, Yahweh Shai has the angels around us protecting us. You know what I'm saying? That what David was pretty much going into when he was speaking to King Saul. You know, he was pretty much saying like, "Hey, King Saul, you know, Lord delivered me from a lion. He delivered me from a bear, and he gonna deliver me from this Philistine." He was boasting in the power of Yahweh Shai pretty much. So I'm gonna read this scripture. This is Psalms 77, verse 11. I will remember the works of the power Yahweh Shai. Surely would I remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also of all thy work and talk of thy doings. And that's pretty much what David's doing, pretty much. Because this is not a psalm of David, this is a psalm of Asaph. But pretty much, you know, that's what David's doing. He's pretty much meditating upon those great wonders, works that Yahweh Shai done for him, which is driving him to have that faith and trust that Yahweh Shai is going to be able to do the same thing with the Philistine. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead, I know. Jonathan, son, Samuel. Let's see how to preach it.
Yep. And if I may add on to that as well, you see, because ultimately what the Lord is doing is He's putting us in that spirit of teaching us how to lean upon Him and to believe in His saving power versus our own saving power. You see, because that's David is nowadays, you know, as the house of David was the elect. The elect gonna be in that spirit of believing in the Lord's saving power versus. That's why what did King David say? I will not trust in bow and sword.
Yeah.
You see, but he trusts in the power of Yahweh Shai. Real quick, so real quick, please add on to that. This is the Maccabees, the spirit they was in when they was getting attacked by the Grecians. I want to grab this real fast. This second Maccabees, I'm gonna get straight to the point. 8 in verse 18. It reads, and this is when they were they were being exhorted by one of their leaders. It says, and read 2 Maccabees 8 and 18. For they said he trusts in their weapons and boldness, but our confidence is in the Almighty, who at bet can cast down both them that come against us and also all the world. You see? So that's the spirit the Maccabees were in. When they were getting attacked by the Grecians, they fought them off. That's why you got the Maccabean revolt, where they were able to still keep the laws. You see, they weren't fearful of the heathen. They knew that, man, if the Lord is with us, then the heathen can't do nothing to us, man. So that's the type of spirit that the house of David gonna be in these times.
I might add a quick little point.
Yeah, you got it.
Kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? Like he's pulling the Maccabees, you know what I'm saying? David pretty much. Because what was going on, like the brothers going to, pretty much happening was Israel was leaning upon their own strength. That's the only reason they thought they couldn't beat Goliath. You know what I'm saying? Because they was thinking upon, okay, because scripture speak about how the Lord don't look on the outward appearance of man. You know what I'm saying? He looks at the inward man. So they was looking at Goliath like this dude, like, because it says he's like 9 feet. He's a man of war from the youth up. So he was trained up to be a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at that. But David was like, don't you not, like, David's going to get into it. David was like, you know, we serve Yahweh Shai. Like, he might look up, you know, like a great warrior, but his power not Yahweh Shai. And that was the same thing with the Maccabees. You know what I'm saying? When they was always outnumbered, but they understood that it's more with us than it's with them.
And death was brought to them, just like it is being brought to us now.
Exactly.
They was getting threatened with death. It was back then. It was decrees that went out. Where if you proclaim to be a JEW,
man,
then you will be put to death.
If
you keep the law, statutes, commandments, if you keeping laws like keeping the Sabbath and stuff, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
So for them to have that spirit to be able to just like fuck this, we don't believe and trust in the Lord. You see what I mean? That shows how big the faith was at. That's how we got to be in these times. Esau's gonna bring death to us. He's gonna come in that same spirit. That's how Goliath was talking to David.
Yeah.
It was death being faced by him. We can go into it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, basically, the fear of the Lord, you know, scripture say fear of the Lord brings strong confidence. So their fear of the Lord is basically higher than their fear basically of men, because as you were saying a while ago about how the reason why the nation of Israel were afraid, they didn't really have faith in Yahweh Shai, right? In his saving power. Wherefore David, he did, and we're really just in a point of him explaining the reason behind him going against Goliath, because he slew the lion, right, and he slew that bear. So he's basically really just gonna get into it. I'll just let the scripture do the talking. But what was it? 36.
36.
Go ahead.
This 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 36. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
So basically, he basically said this Philistine shall be no different. All right, he slew a lion, He slew a bear. So David faith was on swole. I hear David his faith was on swole, but within that and within that situation, he got built up for his faith to be on swole. He didn't just go up to Goliath just be like, yeah, I'm finna just fuck you up. No, he got reason behind it because the Lord delivered him from two ferocious beasts. All right, a lion and bear. Not too many people making out of that alive, let alone killing them. All right, so his faith was basically on swole, so he's basically looking at Goliath like, bro, you know different. I got Yahweh Shem Yahweh on my side, man. He was in that spirit, man. If the Lord be with us, who can be against us?
Yeah.
So with him being in that spirit, it gave him that bold faith. All right, and that's basically how we're getting built up right now. With the things that the Lord delivering us from. All right, he's building us up slowly but surely for the times that we're gonna get coming to for the basically the test that we're gonna have to go through.
Yeah.
All right, but
I got something real quick. This is James chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So that's what's pretty much was happening to David before he came against Goliath. The Lord was working his faith. You know what I'm saying? Because it says the trying of your faith worketh patience, which patience is long suffering. So do that through that time period of the Lord bringing the lion, bringing the bear, and David, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord was pretty much giving David situations where he had to exercise stronger faith. You know what I'm saying? Because if you compare a lion to a bear, we know a bear is more ferocious than a lion. But did you not realize he said the lion first, then the bear next? That means it got harder. Because first it was a lion, then he said, then the Lord sent the bear. So the bear was harder than the lion. And now he's finna send Goliath. So the Lord's pretty much building his faith up, you know what I'm saying? And David was called to exercise higher faith, which is the Lord is doing the same thing with us. With the test that the Lord have put you through however long you've been serving him and knowing Yahweh Shai, those tests have always been increased. If you're a little part of that number, if you're part of the elect, those tests have always been increased because your faith has been increased. You don't got the same faith that you had when you first came in. Well, you shouldn't have the same faith. You know what I'm saying? If you're part of the elect, when we be those men, your faith had increased. And with that increasing came the test increased. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually is getting us to that point of when the hour of temptation is revealed unto us. You know what I'm saying? When Esau got your back against the wall, or whatever situation the Lord has you in, where Esau's going to try to hit you with that C hip. You know what I'm saying? He's going to want you to bow down. Because we know that it's coming, you know? So whatever test the Lord hit you, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? The Lord was building David's faith pretty much. And he's doing the same thing to the house of David, which is the elect. And this was a scripture pretty much proving that, man. Now I'm going to finish out Sly Guy. This verse 4 says, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So we'll be complete in the work, man. Through the faith of Yahweh Shai, man.
And that's what we get that Romans 8:28. Then might as well. That's the whole purpose of us basically going through the things that we go through, man. All right, all that's doing, as you know, the priest Yesai said earlier, man. Basically, is for us just to lean on the Lord more. All right, we literally get put in situations to call on Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, that's the whole reason of you getting put in that situation in the first place. We're learning to lean on Him more, to trust in Him more, having more faith in Him. But in order for that to happen, we got to be put in more situations. All right, and the Lord, you know, He can't hit you with the same Smojo move. All right, He got to come with something different, something harder. You know, that's what us going from glory to glory. How you going from glory to glory if you're getting tested with the exact same thing? Right? No, you got to go harder. That's why you know, brothers as they grow more, they begin to go through more. All right, as brothers like to say, a new level, a new devil. All right, it require a higher amount of faith on this level. All right, and the Lord's gonna build you from that point, and then it's gonna require another level of faith. All right, it's like you constantly leveling up more and more and more, slowly but surely. All right, but
a quick point. Yeah, adversity either gonna make or break you. Like for people that's in the world, they're being destroyed by the stuff they're going through, but through the elect, they're being molded. Like the trials, tribulations, the different things going through is molding them into being how the Lord wants them to be. Because image goes into like your likeness, your system. Like how like what your likeness is. The Lord making the elect into His likeness by way of what? The suffering, the trials, tribulations. While the rest of our people, they're being made in Esau's likeness. They're leaning more on Esau's, leaning more on this world, trying to further themselves in this world as stuff gets tight. While the elect, they're going through these different trials, tribulations, they're being brought close to the Lord. You know, it's making them learn to It's making them have to require more faith, and also it's teaching them how to apply these scriptures. You see, that's the only way you're able to make it through these situations by the scriptures. You got it, brother.
Okay. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work good together. So like it. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
God, it worked good for those that love Yahweh Bashem Shai. For the ones that love Yahweh Bashem Shai, the Lord, He's gonna take good care of you. All right. And you could also you could really see that based off your own walk, man. All right, for however long you've been in the truth, you could be able to look back at least a month ago. Whether if you've been in some years, you could look back a year ago. You could simply say like, man, I was thinking way different than I was now. Dang, I'm definitely on another level. All right, and basically all that stuff that happened within your walk, all it was to build you up to the point to where you at right now, to the man that you are today.
Okay.
All right, so everything, no matter what it is, it works good for those that serve Yahweh by Shem Shai. We get that second address too. Okay. It worked good for those that serve Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right, and we finna get in the second address because the Lord, He's the God of those basically that loves Him and keep His commandments.
I'm gonna add a quick little point. That's right there. Just going to how the preacher side said that adversity will either make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? Because when the elect go through adversity, you know what I'm saying. That's why I like when they in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, it pretty much describes adversity. It compares. It says as acceptable men in the front of adversity, they liken it to gold being tried in a fire. So if you compare gold being tried in a fire, what happens when gold gets hit with fire? It melts down and becomes more moldable, but it doesn't get destroyed. It just becomes stronger, and in the end result of the gold being tried in the fire, it becomes more polished, and like brothers say, you can see your image in it. So the Lord likened us unto vessels. So that's why I said, all those, the ones that serve Yahweh, everything works good for them, because as the Lord is sitting here putting the men, the brothers in the adversity, is for their benefit, because it's going to cause the elect to mold more to being more like Him, because it's going to mold, it's going to get polished, his image is going to be seen more in those men, versus the 2/3 nation of Israel. They're not going to be burnt and be polished. This is going to be eventually disintegrated from those adversities or the things that the Lord will bring upon them. But this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 75. It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bashim Shai is your guide." Verse 76. "And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai."
God, that's the reason why you shouldn't be afraid nor doubt, because as it says, He's the God of those that keep His commandments. Did it say love Him too? Or did it just say keep His commandments?
It just says keep His commandments and precepts.
For the ones that keeping His commandments. In other words, for the ones that serving Him.
But that's right there.
Huh?
So like I was just saying, I didn't want to cut you off. I was like, that's love right there, keeping the Lord's commandments.
Because with you doing it, there's really no reason for you to doubt or to be afraid. Because if you're doing the things that's well pleasing unto the Lord, then you should expect nothing but good.
God.
All right, whatever the Lord puts upon you, we understand that like all it is just to make us better at the end of the day, to prepare us for that battle against Goliath. All right, as Elder Micah Allah like to say in our camp, we in boot camp, bro. All right, we in boot camp right now, and once boot camp is over, man, the real deal comes, man. All right, why you think the Lord is putting us in situation and delivering us out of all these situations? Brothers got many testimonies of the times the Lord delivered them from a situation they low-key don't know how they was going to get out of. Well, not low-key, high-key didn't know how they was going to get out of, man. All right, it's really for you to look back on that when all hell break loose, man. All right, these are things that you're going to have to, basically reminisce on. All right, bring back to mind. All right, because you're going to be like, man, the Lord delivered me from this. How much more from this right here when I need Him at an all-time high? The Lord don't do none of that for no reason. That's just like this with the David and the Goliath situation, man. All right, the first thing he brought up is how the Lord delivered him from them lions and them bears. All right, he said, so he's saying, man, this is honestly just no different. All right, so it's gonna make us, it's gonna really boost that confidence, man, which is that faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai.
I got a quick
point.
one.
Hey, to add on to you, it's lucky. It's lucky.
Man.
It's lucky. But to add on to you, brother, like that's like if somebody missed like 4 days of work and you only work one day, You know you're gonna be through when you get that check. You know you ain't gonna be getting paid a lot of money. You know you're ain't gonna be able to pay your bills like that. Versus the person that put in extra overtime, you chilling. You like, oh yeah, I'm finna be good on money. You get paid. You know what I'm saying? But say your expectations gonna be to get paid a good amount. Versus somebody that only let's say you didn't work no days of the week. You know damn well you ain't finna get no money. So that's how it is. Likewise serving the Lord. Like whatever you sow, that's what you're gonna reap, and that's naturally how we're fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
Like every human knows that whatever I put in, that's what I'm gonna get out. If you don't plant no apples, ain't no apples gonna just pop up in your yard. You didn't plant it. But let's say if somebody planted apples and oranges and everything for the season to come, for it was bad weather, they gonna get that because they planted it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so that's how it's gonna be in these times, man. The elect are they did what the Lord said, so they're gonna be expecting what the scriptures say to happen. Oh, I serve the Lord, so He said, "My servant shall eat." I love Yahweh Shai. I did what He said. Oh, He's gonna guide me. You see what I mean? That's what happened to those that actually believed and did what He said. You gotta do.
Okay.
Hold on, I think I got it. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. This is just laying back off your point. This is Second Corinthians chapter 9 verse 6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. And this is pertaining to serving Yahweh Shai. So like he was going into, he had an example. If you didn't plant no apple seeds, don't expect no apples. So that's going to be how it is when it comes to serving Yahweh Shai. If you didn't sit here and devote the time, you know what I'm saying, and energy and life, you know what I'm saying, if you didn't do that, you know what I'm saying, so you give it to Yahweh Shai, then your expectation when things come upon you, you're not going to really expect the Lord to come through. It's almost the same thing like in the world. If you have a father, right, and you barely talk to your dad, and, you know, somebody might, why don't you just hit your dad? And you're like, I don't really talk to him like that. So that's how it is with the Lord. If you don't really got that good relationship with Yahweh Shai, when you ask him to do something for you, you ain't going to really be on 10 toes down like he going to do it, because you know that you ain't really been spending time with him. You ain't really been supping with the Lord. Your relationship with him not there, so therefore your trust and your confidence in him doing what you would like him to do for you is not going to be there, you know?
Can I even go back to 7?
Yes, Samuel.
This 1 Samuel 17 and verse 37. David said, moreover, Yahweh Shai that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine.
So, you know, he was, honestly, you know, David is confident. All right. Like I said earlier, man, his faith is on swole when it came to dealing with Goliath. I mean, he clearly said he delivered me out the hands of a paw of a lion and the paw of a bear. He's also going to deliver him out of this Philistine. All right, out of the hand of this Philistine. But we keep going.
And that's how slides are at a quick point. That's how you know David didn't have no type of doubt. It wasn't no, what if this nigga get lucky and swing and nick me? You know what I'm saying? David wasn't thinking none of that. Like, David wasn't like, when he was talking to Saul, David wasn't thinking, bro, what if he mess around and get a lucky swipe? What if I come and sling? You know, what if I throw and it don't even move? Like, I get a wrong swing on it. He wasn't thinking none of that. He was like, the Lord finna control the whole situation. Because he controlled the whole situation when I was with that bear, and he controlled the whole situation with that lion, and he delivered him into my hands, and he gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? David had that faith. And it kind of makes you think about Saul, because, you know, scripture speak about, you know what I'm saying, somebody asks you about why you have the faith in you. That's kind of what Saul did. Saul was kind of like, so why do you think you could, you know, why you believe you gonna be able to kill Goliath, you know what I'm saying? And he gave the answer, because the Lord did this for me. The Lord did this for me, man. So he gonna do this for me too. He was boasting in the might of Yahweh. You know, as a father, the Lord was happy. You know, he was excited to see that. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, I'm gonna do this, and the Lord finna do it. You know what I'm saying? He finna, like scripture speak about, you know, Yahweh said, you know, he gonna glorify the Lord in his son. You know what I'm saying? Loosely paraphrasing. And that's what's pretty much gonna happen. Lord gonna be glorified by the vessel David.
Go ahead. Yeah. Continuing on in the middle of verse 7, 2 Samuel 17 and verse 37. And Saul said unto David, go, and Yahweh shall be with thee. Verse 38. And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put a helmet of brass on his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail. Verse 39. And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off.
So basically, Saul was giving David his armor to basically go out there to face the Goliath, but David, he put it on and he was like, nah, this ain't for me. All right, this ain't my cup of tea. Basically took them back off, which is basically what it said. Yeah, he took them back off. All right, you keep on.
No, he never worn it.
Yeah,
That's what he never worn it. So he was used to wearing a heavy ass. Like David was a young,
exactly.
a young man that was a shepherd. He wasn't no person that did all that stuff. But he said, man, it was heavy. It's all heavy and shit. He never put it on. He was like, no, I don't need this.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's showing David was being spiritual. You know, Saul gave him that because that was like a carnal sense. Like, you might need some armor.
Yeah.
You know, he might need the sword.
Yeah, he had the spiritual armor.
He had
the whole armor that speaks of in Ephesians 6.
Yeah.
The shield of faith, the sword, which is the word. He had that. He had that armor on. That's what we got to have on.
Man.
God. This 2 Samuel 17 and 40.
First Samuel.
Yeah, 1 Samuel. It says, and he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them into a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a script. And his sling was in his hand, and he drew near the Philistine.
So all he basically had was his sling and them 5 stones. And we know that them stones honestly represented Yahweh Shai. All right, then, which really only took him 1 stone to take him up, and that 1 stone represented Yahweh Shai, because he's that rock, that solid foundation. All right, but we could keep going. Yeah, something.
You can post something?
No, I still reading it.
I don't know if I can get it fast enough.
Yeah, and on top of that, well, I'll just add this then. On top of that, the kind of sling that David had was it wasn't like a sling that you think of basically off of like Angry Birds, you know, the little one.
Nah, he got the ancient one.
Yeah, the ancient one where like, man, if y'all seen a video of it, honestly, you can look it up on YouTube of the kind of sling that David had when he went against that Goliath. And I seen one literally today. He a dude put like a stone. He walked like I'm like, dang, no wonder why he like fucked the Goliath with that one. All right, because the sling was there. It wasn't no like normal slingshot that you would think would be. Just something for y'all to look into.
But it shows you the power of the Lord, because you know he had to be with that rock to kill Goliath. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. Goliath been a man from war. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've seen it too. You know, don't want to defer, but I've seen that too, like videos on it. And then people would kind of like downplay the power of the Lord. Be like, I mean, if I had a slingshot like that too, I wouldn't bring a gun to a fight. You know what I'm saying? They trying to downplay the power of the Lord, which no, because if the sling was really that good, then that would have been the weapon of war. They wouldn't have used swords as a sling was that much better than a sword. That's just common sense. So obviously the sling wasn't. It was mainly it was a good instrument to use for sheep. You know what I'm saying? And for wolves and stuff like that, to come by, that was a good instrument to use. But using that on Goliath, they are in the mindset like he's gonna use a slingshot to kill Goliath. He tripping, you know?
Yeah, and you got to remember, like that slingshot. It had like with them using that slingshot, it couldn't just hit the armor and just pierce straight through the armor. That's big. Just to further your point, because if that was the case, the slingshot would have been like the weapon of war. But it's not, because you really got to be pretty goddamn accurate to really kill somebody with a slingshot, man. All right, if you got armor, you're gonna think, you know, like that's it. But we can continue on verse 40, I think.
It's 41.
Okay.
This 1 Samuel 17 and verse 41. And the Philistine came on and drew near David, and the man that buried the shield went before him. Verse 42. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance.
God, he was basically saying, man, this dude cute. This dude sweet. All right, if anything, he was looking at David as a joke, because remember, he is a young man at the time, and David, he's a man of war, so he's looking at him like, bro, you mocking me with this? All right, and actually go get into it, verse 43.
Hey, what did the word say? Disdain.
Disdain.
Bible shot. Could you go into that? See what it say?
Okay, it just goes into despise. I'm looking at it.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, it goes into despise. He despised them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wasn't. Excuse me, Sluggy. So he wasn't really messing with it. He was like, bro, Who is this?
And Jake grew up in more rugged areas. Jake already know how to be a situation where a dude be like, man, I ain't finna fight this nigga. Like, no, Jake might be got into it with somebody, then he'll look at the dude like, I ain't finna fight you like that. Like, he won't even take the dude seriously. That's how I was looking at David.
Yep.
No, Jake, this pretty boy nigga. That's what he said.
Yeah,
Like, this pretty boy ass nigga, man, y'all brought this dude to fight me.
But
Y'all had me coming all the way over here to go to battle y'all to fight this nigga.
Yeah, me standing here just as
So basically, in simpler terms, Goliath took it as disrespect.
yeah.
Like y'all think this nigga blew my ass? That's what happened.
I got a scripture real quick, because that right there, that's what, like, what we finna read it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 27. But Yahweh Bashman Shai have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and Yahweh Bashman Shai have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. So the Lord, with that situation, he wanted David to look like non-threatful. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have had David when he was a king. You know what I'm saying? But now he said, I don't want David to do it when he's little, when he's non-threatful. He's just a shepherd, and not just a shepherd. He's a boy, like he's young, never knew war, don't even know how to use a sword, no armor. He wanted David to look like a sheep, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Harmless. He wanted David to look like he was harmless, just so he could show his power that much more. Because David could have came up there and looked, like, oh shit, this the battle I'm looking for. No, he wanted Goliath to be like, really? Like, y'all must think this a joke. Israel! But he probably like, y'all probably think I'm a joke, bro. Like, y'all gonna send this pretty boy out here. So the Lord wanted that to happen so it could show his power, man. Because we know throughout the scripture, the Lord deals with that with all the things. The Maccabees, man, the men of Gideon and all that, you know what I'm saying? The Lord always deals with the small things confounding the wise. And you see the same thing happening now. If you look at the house of David now, they look this small amongst everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying? The 2/3 look at the house of David as scums of the earth. And then nevertheless, the heathen look at the house of David as a scum of the earth, but we gonna be the next ones to rule. Lord wanna be those men.
Yeah, Lord ain't got Floyd Mayweather standing up for the ministry.
Mike Tyson,
Andrew Tate, niggas like that.
LeBron,
Nah, he got regular ass dudes. That's how basically that's how the house of David is supposed to be looked at, as being like lowly.
Yep.
And for edification purposes, if I may add, where it says ruddy, it's not talking about a goddamn meat bite for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not ruddy. Ruddy is like having like a shade of, it's like your skin has a shade of red, like a reddish.
Yeah.
Like you have Jake that would be like Malcolm X. They have reddish looking skin. So our apostles know this break that down a lot. Whenever they go into it. Like you got Jake, I kind of got a reddish type of skin, shade of skin. Like a lot of them be lighter brown, kind of red looking.
They got like a red tint to it.
Yeah, it's like I got a red. That's perfect word, a red tint to the skin.
A red tint to it.
So that's what it means. You're not no damn eating Mike.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, what Esau got today is the Redskins. If you look at their logo, it's like an Indian person that has a shade of red, but you can tell they're not no Edomite.
Yeah.
That's another example.
A red tint to it.
But
Now we can continue on with verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 1 Samuel 17 verse 43. And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves?
Dang.
Yeah, so he lucky. I mean, Goliath, you gotta go ahead and start with the trash talk, man. I'm like, man, am I a dog, bro? You coming at me with this little stick? All right, fetching the stick. That's basically what he's saying. He's basically just talking this shit. All right, but you can go ahead.
It says, and the Philistine cursed David by his gods.
God, so dang, he said cursed David by his gods, man. So he talking, not only he talking shit, he talking shit about honestly the Lord. Right, he talking shit about the Lord, like you and your God, whatever, however he said it, man. He was talking trash. All right, but
nigga was calling on Dagon and shit. Oh, Dagon for the you know what I'm saying? That's a Philistine guy, Dagon. And shit like that, he's calling them false guys. He's talking hot dollar trash.
Yeah, he was.
And if I may add real quick too, that shows you that's how the Lord works. Cause like the Lord wasn't gonna choose no big, giant, enormous, mighty, big ass Jake. If that was the case, then it would really show the power of the Lord. If a big, giant, enormous, mighty ass dude did, you'd be like, oh, I expect him to fucking Goliath though. But since David was like a young, like he wasn't strong when he did it, it was like it showed the power of the Lord. The Lord was glorified in that. That's how it's gonna be in these current times. Because we're not looking at it as no crazy just elite, just killers and nothing like that. Brothers built and stuff like that, but they Like, what threat is we to Esau weaponry and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
We
don't stand a chance, so we need the Lord.
God.
But I got you. This is 44. 1 Samuel 17 and 44. And the Philistine said to David, "Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and the beasts of the field."
God, just him talking more shit. You know,
Man, he was what his name? Goliath was going crazy. He got because you could tell he got offended.
Yeah.
Because after that he started talking instantly shit. So I'm a dog. Just wanna, you know what I'm saying? On Dagon, man, we finna fuck you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? That way he was like, shit, I'm gonna feed you to the birds, man. The fowls of the air. But like, you know, he felt very offended and disrespected when Israel brought, because you gotta think about it. Like, Goliath could see those warriors over there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He could see, like, I'm pretty sure he could see, you know, he know they got a military. You know, he's like, so out of all the warriors y'all have, because I don't know exactly if he could see him or not, but like out of all the warriors y'all had, y'all brought me this guy. Y'all must be thinking like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a joke.
Exactly.
Basically.
He felt very offended. Because if you think about that now, like, you know, like Jay said, Drake do that now, you know what I'm saying? Whether come fighting somebody, shit. Like, you know, Mayweather be thinking when he do them exhibition matches. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Jake Paul, that's easy money.
They come to a fight with a switch.
Exactly.
Not a switch, what's the thing? A floss water. He comes to a sword fight with a floss water.
Exactly.
That's basically what Goliath looking at him like, you got you think I'm a little bug or some shit? You got a little stick? That's how he's looking at it. Imagine you about to be in a sword fight and then you come the other person don't got no sword, you got a floss water. He's like, what the fuck is you doing? That's what Goliath was saying, basically. This verse 45. 1 Samuel 17 and 45. Then David said to the Philistine, "Thou comest to me with a sword and with the spear, and I come and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai of hosts, the God of the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied."
So David let it be known that he come in his power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right, though he comes with all his weapons, with all this knowledge of war, he said, I come with Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right, that you defied against, that you talk shit against. All right, that's basically what he said. Verse 40, you got it.
Yep, verse 46. This day will Yahweh Bashem Shai deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee. Yeah, he prophesied.
Yeah.
He said before it happened. That see, people say David not a prophet. He prophesied right there. He said, read again, 1 Samuel 17 and 46. This day will Yahweh Bashem Shai deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God of power in Israel.
Pretty much, yeah, as you said, David prophesying. All right, he sounded like he went into a little bit more detail. I'm gonna cut your head off. I'm gonna cut your head off. Throw your carcasses out there to your little friends. All right, and let the fowls of the air take you up. All right, and then it shall be known that there is a power in the nation of Israel. Yeah, you got it.
And it's spiritual because, brothers always use the David and Goliath situation with the house of David now coming against Goliath now. It's funny because when Goliath said he's going to do to David, David said, no, we're going to do that to you. And that's what's going to happen to Esau. Because Esau, what he said he's going to do to the nation of Israel eventually, wipe us out, right? Eradicate us. But little did he know, you know what I'm saying, the Lord going to eradicate your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures, the end goal for Esau is to slew his brother Jacob. He wants to get rid of Israelites upon the planet Earth. He don't even want us to exist no more. That's his plan. Same as how Goliath's plan was like, I'm going to feed you to the fowls of the air. But they were like, no, I'm going to feed you to the fowls of the air in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai. And that's what's happening. We over saying to Esau, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, your ass going to be eradicated, nigga, after that 1,000 years. And Esau's like, well, in the name of my God, we going to eradicate you. I'm in rulership right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what's going on now. And we know, like happened right here, the same thing gonna happen now on a large scale. We're gonna get that nigga Esau in captivity, and eventually after that 1,000 years, that nigga building our kingdom up, we gonna eradicate that nigga.
God.
Yeah, spiritually said that, because brothers do say it all the time. They meditating terrorists. They say the judgments they gonna give to Esau and all that stuff. Well, that's what David was doing right here.
Exactly.
The house of David is back doing the same thing.
God.
This verse 47. And all this assembly shall know that Yahweh Bashem Shai save it not with sword and spear, for the battle is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's, and he will give it into our hands.
God, so David, he understood that the battle was depicted by the Lord anyway. All right. And he probably wouldn't understood that if he didn't get delivered from that lion and that bear. Because if I guess you would say in logical sense, you know, any man that go against a lion and a bear is 9 out of 10 times is losing. All right, but since the Lord delivered David out of that situation, he understood like, dang, it's really all up to Yahweh Shem Shah. Why? Because he controls everything as it is. All right, who's to say the Lord didn't just give him like some immense amount of strength? Just really, that's exactly what he did. He gave him an immense amount of strength to kill them both. All right, so he's basically looking at, man, this Philistine ain't gonna be no different. And once I mess you up, all right, then the Philistines gonna know that there is a power in the nation of Israel. All right, but just to go to the point of the lesson, like the David had to get built up to that point to be like that. God. David didn't come out there just from the gun saying all that, man. He wasn't caught. He didn't come out with that confidence from the jump. He got built up to that point, which is what the Lord is doing with us now. God. That's why we can boldly speak against Esau kingdom. We can chant down Esau kingdom because we know that we got built up to the point. All right, and with the Lord, what he has been doing in our lives, let alone what he's doing in the world right now, we understand, like, man, the Lord's finna do something. All right, so therefore we can come out boldly and speak against Esau, Edom, and without worry what's going to happen to us.
And I'd add a quick little point. That right there, this scripture right there, like this instance in the scripture, this shows right there that it ain't gonna be no, I'm gonna slap into a Slim Jim when all hell break loose.
Yep.
That shows you right there, because David, he didn't just slap into a Slim Jim and just, Goliath, what's up? Nah, the Lord had to build his muscle of faith. So it ain't gonna be no, when Jacob's trouble kick off, you gonna be, I'm that guy. No, it's not gonna be that. It ain't gonna be no, I'm gonna exercise that large. No, it's not. That's we all give you the carnal examples, man. You ain't gonna walk into the damn gym and see a nigga benching fucking 400 like, I ain't do that shit. He gonna kill you. Jay gonna kill himself, man. Take that bitch off the bar, he might break your arms. So that's what happened to you niggas, man. Like, y'all think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just be able to slap into a Slim Jim. All right, he'll break loose. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be right. I'm gonna just no. You gotta think about the Lord is bringing a time never seen upon the planet Earth to the most untouched generation. Think about that.
Add real quick. That's like, cause like they're being molded more to this world, more of the Esau's ways. Niggas becoming more fruity. Yeah, become more feminine. They become more bigger. Shit, everybody got their nails painted and shit now. Like, I mean, what else you expect? Niggas got fake hair. They become more in Esau likeness, or the way he wanted to be, that his image. While the elected become more in the Lord's image. So the elected are being made fashioned to be able to have that manliness, that endurance to be able to be made hard to endure. Where everybody else, they're being made to just give in into Esau. Yeah, like we're being made to be servant, like ultimately to submit to the Lord, while they being made to submit to Esau. They getting more, Esau getting more of a spot in this world. They starting to become more wicked. So they being molded into that. They ain't being molded into what we being molded into. So Lord willing, we endure. We'll be able to make it through these times. Yeah, because we're learning to be more subjective to the Lord, while Esau is beating the niggas into subjection. The Lord beating us into subjection. See, it's both ways. That's why the scripture says you can't be lukewarm. It's either you serving the Lord or you serving Esau. You becoming more into this world, or you becoming more the way to the Lord's ways, man. You conform into either one. You got it,
do you want to put it Proverbs 4?
What, 4 and 18?
Yeah. Or you want that scripture?
I mean, you good. You get it. It's all cool. You get it.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. But the path of the just is as a shining light. It shineth more and more until the perfect day.
So we're going to be growing more and more and more and more with the trials and tribulations we're being put through, and the Lord honestly delivering us out of all of them trials and tribulations. Matter of fact, I forgot what that scripture was. How dang it.
About the Corinthians.
I think
you got tempt you above your able.
Yeah, that one.
No, not that one. Not that one. You said many of the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of all of them.
That's like Psalms, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a song, but I forgot where.
I can grab this for you while you grab it.
Go ahead.
This is a precept on what the brother is going into that trial that we're going through. It's building us up. It's 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 6 and 7 NLT.
I got it.
So be truly glad.
There you go.
There is wonderful joy ahead. This is Peter. Even though you have to endure many trials for a little while, so it's temporary, right? The trials you go through, the test, it's a test. Verse 7. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It's going to prove us. It's going to make us be proven to be a true servant of the Lord. It says it is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Now, what does gold happen when it gets tried out? It gets proved. It gets made better. We're being made better. We're being made more in the likeness of the Lord. So that will be more pleasing to him. And guess what will be that bride that he's ready to take?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A woman is preparing to get married. A man like, man,
you know
what I'm saying? You paid that dowry for this woman and she ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be mad. That's how Yahushua is. His blood is that dowry for the nation of Israel. But the ones that ain't ready, he like, nope, you come back to reincarnation. But the elect who made herself ready, she gonna be ready. You gonna be ready to take them in. They're protecting that marriage. But it says though your faith is more precious than mere gold, so when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you through much praise, honor, and glory on the day when Yahushua Mashiach is revealed to the whole world. So our faith, if we endure, it's going to be made to the point where we can stand before the Lord pleasing. You see what I'm saying? We're going to be pleased to see the Lord. We're going to be happy to see the Lord. We're going to be, the scripture say, be ready. We'll be ready by way of what? Our faith. We believed. When the Lord can say he comes, shall I find faith?
Yeah.
Well, everybody else, they're not going to have that faith, man. They're going to be made, their faith is going to be in this world. So when the Lord return back, their faith is going to be shown that, man, we didn't think the Lord was going to come and deliver us out of here. But the elect are going to still have that spirit in these times, but they got to be built up to that point, though. To be able to still, like, with the sight of things just completely just through, we still believe the Lord can get us out of here.
Okay. But go ahead and get that.
Yeah, this is Psalms 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh Bashmawashai delivereth him out of them all.
Kind. So in order for us to have that confidence, that faith in Yahweh Shai, we have to be going through something. All right. How you gonna think brother belief in Yahweh Shai is so high? Because the Lord has done something within their walks for them to believe that way. It don't just happen. You know, the Lord been doing things like it said, man. Many of the afflictions the Lord deliver out of all of them, man. We remember them deliverances, man. We were like, dang, Lord really saved me from this, man. Oh, I came out unscathed, man. The Lord got me out of this. The Lord got me out of that. Like I said earlier, man, brothers got many testimonies of what the Lord got them out of. And all that is doing is honestly building that faith into Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right, so when the time do come and we're getting tested for a period of time, we will be able to trust in Yahweh B'Shem. Like, man, he gonna get me out of this. I might have to be a little patient. I might have to wait. I'm gonna suffer a little bit, but he gonna get me out of it. All right, and no one and the ones that's not gonna be like that, that's gonna be the 2/3 because they haven't been having to them. All right, they haven't been having that muscle worked out, that faith being built up within Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. Because they're too worried about being in the world. Well, for we're worried about the heavenly things. But yeah, that's all.
Right, real quick point, real fast. That's what's that showing is what's happening. Esau is beating these niggas into subjection.
Yeah.
Making them subject, while the Lord is making us subject. Like this situation is forcing us into subjection. Like the brother was saying, when brothers go through these different stuff in our walk, what does it have? What does the Lord make you do? The Lord make it set up to the point where, like, if I don't trust in the Lord, I'm not gonna get out of this shit.
Exactly.
Lord forcing the elect to just trust in me, while everybody else they're being forced to trust in Esau more. Niggas getting more stimulus checks. Niggas doing all this shit, trying to work more. Niggas going to the you see more niggas going to the military than ever now.
That's why it's like I won't cut you off. That's why when they had the damn jump shot, Jacob was like, I'm ready to take that. I'm ready to take that because, like you said, Esau's beating him more and more into subjection. So when he brings out and roll out his sea hip, he don't really have a really, you know what I'm saying? Like it won't be hard for him to get Jake to take the sea hip because they already being beaten more and more. You know, celebrities. Look, Jake. See, at a point in time, Jake was tripping about them painted nails. Now Drake done popped up. What's up? You know what I'm saying? NBA young boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be I guess you could say a so-called man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they depiction of a man and what these women that got demons on them like. Man, Jake I'm getting my nails painted too. Shit, Lil Yachty, all these other people. So they just be more and more into the subjection, submitting to the will of Esau, man. And soon Esau gonna slap him with that sea hip, and they ain't gonna have no problem taking it. You know, because they was already submitting to everything else. He had the celebrities out to promote and everything. So they ready to take it already, man. It ain't gonna really be no, I don't know. You know, they might have a little thought, but really, they ain't got the spirit of the Lord, so they gonna take it.
Hey, check this out too. That's like look what happened when a celebrity get out of line. All these all gotta do is take that money and then get
Nigga into like Kanye.
You look at Kyrie, you look at Kanye, you look at all them dudes. Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
They be talking. They'll be coming against Esau. And what happened? Esau snapped their ass back in subjection. That's what happened to. That's what the Lord doing with the elect. Lord is putting us into subjection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the elect is. Hey, that's why King David said it. He said it before I was afflicted, I was going astray. But ultimately the Lord corrected him.
Mm-hmm.
The suffer is good that I suffer because I made me to learn our precepts. That's what the Lord is having the elect go through that straightening, while the 2/3 they get straightened by Esau.
Yeah.
And the ultimate straightening is gonna be when they bring out the seed, like the brother's going into. Because what's gonna happen? If you don't take the seed, you're gonna get cast out of society. That means you're gonna lose your spot in this world, your money, everything you got is gone. And these niggas they can't look past this.
Exactly.
So they gonna subject. But
yeah, we can hop back in it.
Yeah,
Finish the rest of it.
This 1 Samuel 17:48. And it came to pass when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. Verse 49, and David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth.
So basically, David had 100% accuracy in that moment to hit right in the crack in the middle of his within the middle of his armor in his forehead, because like I said earlier, man, if that slingshot would have hit anywhere else, it probably never did any damage because of the armor. But the Lord had it set to where he hit it right in the middle of his forehead where there was no armor it was at. Let alone it came like really fast. So it wasn't no slow ass right. It was like you said, it sunk into his forehead, and then he fell. He was through, man. Like brains gone. All right, but you keep going on that.
It says 2 Samuel 17 and verse 50. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him, but there was no sword in the hand of David.
God, so in other words, he as I said, he prevailed, man. All right, through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, he prevailed. All right, once again, Yahweh B'Shem Shai had delivered him from an enemy. All right, but in this instance, it was Goliath. All right, but really, that's all we can get on that. But the whole point of us going into this is to show that, man, the Lord had to build David up to that point to face that Goliath. Wherefore us, being the building up the tabernacle of David, man, we're being built up to face that Goliath, which is Esau, man. All right, that terrible day when Esau comes onto us on like a flood. All right, and then we're in the process of getting built up now, and it's closer and closer. The closer we get, the more we got to tighten up and really like get as much as we can. All right, through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right. In other words, in the end, we win anyway. Are we going to win anyway, as David did? All right. That's just just to put it out there, man. Like don't be trying to rush. Don't be trying to rush the process. Really, just trust the process, man. Just trust what Yahweh B'Shem Shai is doing in your walk. Because if you're serving Him, you keeping your commandments. You keeping His commandments. The Lord knows. The Lord knows each and every one heart. And if you're sincere, you know if you're sincere. All right, all you have to do is honestly just be patient. So you're going to have to suffer and wait, but it's going to happen, bro. All right, you're going to grow, and the Lord's going to get you right up to the point where you need to be to pass them tests when Jacob's trouble come. All right, how he what was that? What you said earlier, Revelations. I don't know if you wanted to get that.
Which one?
Keep thee in the hour of temptation.
Yeah, I'll put it if you want to get it.
Yeah. You can go ahead and get that. Because, the ones that been serving Yahweh B'Shem Shai, them are the ones that are going to be kept. Them are the ones that are going to be protected in that day, because as we was reading, man, the battles is the Lord's, bro. All right, the Lord, it's not our battle, it's the Lord's battle. All right, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. We're doing our part right now, which is serving and we're preaching the word. We're feeding the sheep to the best of our ability. All right, and then we're growing with our daily tribulations. But you got it?
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. This is red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Because you served Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man, you've been patient. All right, been patient, waiting on Yahweh Shah to come. But in that process, you was occupied until he came. Guess what? The Lord's going to make sure that you good, man. The servant shall eat, but ye should be hungry. You know? So, like, the Lord's going to make sure that his people are good. And in that whole process of us waiting, we're not just chilling. All right, we're getting built up in that whole process. So when that time comes, we'll be able to trust in him with that full faith, man. All right, I remember I not said this some time ago, man. The Lord's going to surprise us with the faith that we have in him in that day. All right, it's gonna be things you're like, dang, like, whew, I didn't realize my faith was on that level, you know. But you know, that's all I really had. Unless y'all got any extra points.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a quick real point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that word Goliath is Goliath, Strong's H 1555, and it means splendor. When you go to that word splendor, it means like magnificent. Here it is right here. You get it real quick. That word splendor means magnificent or an appearance. You see magnificence. It says richness, fineness, lavishness. So glory, majesty. So ultimately, right now, Esau is in the epitome of his majesty or his glory. And the things that he got. Yeah, he's the modern day Goliath. He's that magnificent, great city that can't fall and no nation can come against the great America. But the Lord's gonna allow us to be able to defeat, Esau and his beast, man. By way of what? They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony. So you see, through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, we're going to be able to overcome this Goliath through our faith. Yeah. You see, this magnificent, great kingdom with all this weaponry. You know what I'm saying? It has all this great military.
Like you said, who should make war with the beast?
Yeah, we're going to overcome. You see, through Yahweh Shah. But we're that modern Goliath, as I said right here, that splendor, that person that's so magnificent, Esau, and his power, and the height of his power. It's not the low. This is the highest Esau has ever been. Mm-hmm. So this is who we got to go against. But guess what? Through faith, we'll be able to defeat him.
Yep.
That's all I had.
God, you got some more, or you know? Nah. All right. Well, yeah. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm ended up by saying, call halal,
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Till next time, I say, Shalom, Yasharab.
Shalom.